Hello, this is a recorded presentation of the article titled Encouraging Urban Planning and Development Practice to Contribute to Sustainable Development, a Methodology and a Use Case. The authors are myself, Dr. ANGELIDOU Margarita, Mrs. Eleni KARACHALIOU, and Professor Efstratios STYLIANIDIS. We are all affiliated with the Department of Spatial Planning and Development Engineering at the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki in Greece. So, what is this article about? This article explores how planning and development practices can expand their service offerings beyond the traditional urban planning business in a way that it first increases their business profit and it secondly contributes to sustainable development. This paper is highly original as it presents for the first time a methodology for using the Sustainable Development Goal, the so-called STG system of the United Nations, to match the capabilities and strategic priorities of small and medium-sized urban planning consultancies with sustainability activities beyond their core activity of planning for sustainable urban development. An implementation proposal for the proposed methodology is presented, focusing on an urban planning practice in northern Greece. This original methodology can be further applied by other SMEs in the planning and development sector that wish to increase their contribution to sustainable development through profit-making activities. Let's say a few things about sustainability and put it in a business context. So, sustainability is a new development paradigm that emerged from thinking at the intersection of the environmental, social, and economic concerns of the late 20th century. Many of you might know that it became popular in 1987 with the Brundtland Commission, whereby sustainable development was defined for the first time. However, in most recent years, the sustainability discourse gradually shifted towards more bottom-up, inclusive models whereby the contribution of all urban stakeholders is regarded fundamental. The interest of the corporate world in sustainable development emerged as early as 1991, driven by values such as openness and responsible business, for example, corporate social responsibility. More recently, there has also been the realization that there lie hidden business opportunities in innovative research and development related with sustainable development, for example, by developing smart city applications contributing to sustainable development. Also, sustainability activities can be used by businesses as a proxy for corporate branding in order to build a competitive advantage for them in the market. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the so-called SDGs, were first introduced in 2015 and they include 169 targets. There exist endless business opportunities with respect to the SDGs, and as we will see briefly, there is a tremendous variety of potential corporate actions related to those SDGs. Let's say a few things about sustainability and the role of SMEs. Now, many of you might know that over 99% of all businesses across the European Union today are SMEs. In this sense, local, national, and EU economies are highly dependent on the competitiveness of the SME sector. In addition, SMEs have a tremendous potential to promote sustainable development because they create products and technologies that address local sustainability problems. They are actually inspired by local problems. Moreover, they innovate and fill gaps of inadequate local public services, and they influence local societies and increase local awareness about sustainability. However, the problem is that SMEs are less active in the sustainable development domain when compared to larger corporations because they have limited financial and human resources. It is also harder for them to deal with bureaucracy and complex regulatory frameworks, and they often lack awareness with regards to the significance of sustainable development. In addition, Greek SMEs, and especially the ones in the engineering sector, have been suffering immensely due to the recent financial crisis. They are faced with acute reduction in their income, increasing and unpredictable taxation, as well as burgeoning bureaucracy. So let's go to our use case. The planning and development consultancy of this paper is a small and medium-sized enterprise in the consulting services sector in northern Greece. Its core activities are in the field of urban planning and development. In terms of activities, the consultancy collects data, develops strategies, and creates plans for the development at neighborhood, municipality, and metropolitan level. In terms of human resources, the company comprises its two founding partners, which include a spatial planner and a surveyor engineer. Also personnel of 10 urban planners and surveyor engineers, 2 of them holding additional degrees in economics and business administration, and you will see later why this was important, and 2 persons as administrative staff. Their clients come mostly from the public sector. They're mainly municipalities and other development-related administrative structures. And a small number of clients come from the private sector, and they're mainly large land parcel owners that want to develop their property. Here I will introduce you to the methodology that we adopted in order to conduct our research. So in the first step, we identified the STGs that are most relevant to the company. In step 2, we identified which of the company's current activities intersect with those STGs. In step 3, we made the business case on which STG target to focus and why. And in step 4, we combined the business case with a case for sustainability into a narrative and provided an example of how to communicate it. Starting from step 1, which is to identify the SDGs most relevant to the company, there are already a host of tools to do this work. So I will present you here 3 tools that are very relevant. The first one is the STG Compass. It was actually developed by the United Nations themselves, and it describes for each SDG the key business themes that may be addressed by this SDG. It provides examples of key business actions and solutions, examples of key business indicators, tools, and other information. So this was the first tool that we used to match our business activities with the respective SDGs. The second tool that we used was the STG Interestfree Matrix, which was also developed by the United Nations in collaboration with KPMG. And this platform provides industry-specific examples and ideas for corporate actions related to the SDGs. It's more of like a library rather than an interactive tool. The third tool that we use, which is actually a very interesting and smart tool, is the STG Indicator Wizard. In this tool, you type a few things about the background of your business and its core activities. You press the button Show Results, and this platform, this tool, matches the content of your text with the SDGs and provides you the most relevant SDGs and SDG targets. So we used all those 3 tools. So using these tools, we came with the results of the matching process, and we developed matrices that are of rated SDG targets that are more relevant to our use case. From these matrices, we excluded STG 11, which is to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable, because it is already the core business of the consultancy. And we were left with the three other most relevant SDGs, which include SDG 8, which is to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. SDG 9, which is to build resilient infrastructure, promote inclusive and sustainable industrialization, and foster innovation. And SDG 11, which is to 12, which is to ensure sustainable consumption and production pattern. So, we then conducted interviews with the consultancy employees and rated them, put them to rate them. And after this process, the nominated target was target 8.2, which is part of SDG 8. Target 8.2 is to achieve higher levels of economic productivity through diversification, technological upgrading, and innovation, including through a focus on high value-added and labor-intensive sectors. You can find the interview template in the paper. Other interesting insights that emerged from the interviews is that all interviewees reported a strong commitment to promote its sustainable urban development, and this was manifested both in terms of general attitudes and beliefs and in terms of practice. For example, they said in their own words that we design on the basis of the compact city model, and that we pay special attention to design qualitative and accessible free public and green spaces throughout the city. The older-aged co-founders, however, appear to have a monodimensional perception of sustainability, in the sense that they perceive it merely as a component of their core business offering, which is about the provision of urban planning and development services. Even so, the consultancy owners do want to encourage the circulation of new ideas within and outside the office, which could lead to the development of innovative ideas and practices of high added value in terms of sustainability. The younger interviewees demonstrated an ability to think about sustainability on a broader scale, however, considering elements such as the role of citizen engagement in the pursuit of sustainability, the need to induce a culture shift towards more sustainable urban lifestyles, and the need to manage the consultancy's human, technical, and financial resources in a more sustainable manner. So from now on, I will have here on the bottom of the slides a reminder about the selected business case. So the responsible business opportunity we developed out of the nominated target was to offer integrated advice in the growth and innovation consulting sector to startups and small entrepreneurs, with a focus actually on the ones that can contribute to sustainability. The major services that can be provided through this business idea would be business growth advice and mentorship for startups that contribute to sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, growth hacking advice, which is advice on rapid experimentation across marketing channels and product development to identify the most effective and efficient ways to grow a business, advice about financing opportunities, both traditional and innovative, and training services on a variety of topics such as lean business development, lean business modeling, growth hacking, change management, sustainability management, and so on. So the sustainability impact of the business case that we created will be an increase in the number of innovating SMEs locally and outside Greece, an enhancement of the broader sustainable entrepreneurship ecosystem and innovation market dynamics with positive effects on broader economy, increased awareness about the value of innovative and sustainable ways of thinking and operating for grantee staff, and increased awareness about sustainability and innovation throughout society. The business benefits for the planning consultancy itself would be increased revenues from the development of a new line of business, the expansion of the consultancy's potential customer base, increased visibility, brand diversification from competitors, and employee engagement and personal development. The costs of the new business case would be the development of an online application, employee and human capital reimbursement costs, facility and office costs, and of course marketing and communication costs. Here are some examples of key performance indicators that can be used to monitor this line of business in terms of its success. Some examples include the number of active clients at the end of each annual reporting period, the number of different countries served by the client, the ratio of positive to negative feedback from clients, the number of beneficiaries belonging in specific demographic segments such as women, young people, disabled, low income, and minority groups, and the number of beneficiaries belonging in specific geographic segments, for example, in developing countries or declining areas of the city. The risks associated with this new business case would be difficulty in finding and allocating the necessary internal resources, such as time, cost, and people. Increased cost and time due to complexity, paperwork, and legal and fiscal barriers, and difficulty in attracting customers. And finally, the narrative to market this business case would be that we are a forward-looking company seeking to promote sustainability and innovation in all functions of urban life. We are championing this vision by expanding our sustainable development advisory capabilities to small entrepreneurs. We'll help them thrive by becoming more responsive, intelligent, and innovative. This was the business case. So here are some general conclusions about the research and the work that we are presenting today here. First of all, it is entirely possible to develop a successful business with inspiration from the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These goals actually provide endless opportunities for business development across 169 targets. There exist sophisticated tools matching competencies and interests with specific STG targets that are already available. These tools go as far as analytically describing specific business activities and suggesting business performance indicators. And SMEs have a particularly significant role in promoting urban sustainability. They respond to local problems, build on local networks and contacts, and are more flexible and open to experimentation. I would like to thank you here for your attention. I understand that the research and the work that we presented here is very innovative, and we would be very happy to talk with you and provide you with any information and answer any questions that you may have. So please do not hesitate to contact us at my email address, which is mangel@auth.gr. Thank you very much.